Good morning, this is Shar from Shar's Fascination. Okay, as you know, a few days ago, about 2 days ago, there was the storm, well, they call it Area 51. Um, but it's actually Groom Lake. And so a few people did show up at Alien Stock. Now, Alien Stock wasn't in Las Vegas, so I kind of straightened this out. Okay, there was a whole different event in Las Vegas, which was about 100 miles away from Rachel, Nevada. I'm just going to kind of straighten out that information. According to a social media site here, and Explore With Us did cover this, and then some site called Refinery 29. Well, Refinery 29, you need to get your info correct because you got some of your info incorrect. Alien Stock was not in Las Vegas, it was in Rachel, Nevada, which is 100 miles away from Vegas. You don't know how to map. Unlike myself, I was always the navigator. Always had the map. So anyway, apparently some people did show up in Rachel. It wasn't as many people as they thought, but some people did show up for Alien Stock. They did camp. There was police presence, but nobody really, nobody got violent. Let's put it that way. Nobody got violent. There was one guy. I have to laugh about this. I watched the Explore With Us video. That was dressed as Naruto. He didn't show up at the gate, though. I think he knew better. Probably thought he'd get shot. So, yeah. He left that alone. And good for him, because he probably would have got shot. So the whole thing at the gate, an old lady got past both of the gate parts that come down, the gate arms that come down and go up. I know about these gate arms. I've been on enough military bases to know about gate arms. And I'm not going to tell you about these military bases because it's none of your business. So, I think they just let her pass because she was this old, quite frankly, she looked Amish. What are you gonna do? Everybody else there looked like they were there for some sort of, I don't know. I'm not a person to dress for one of the conventions for Comic-Con. I don't do those. I mean, if I did, that would be one thing, but I don't. And now I sound like Bob and Emma. I just don't do those, so. Sorry, I gotta crack my back sometime today. Because I have some sewing to do and some crochet, but that's not the point here. The point here is it was a bust. Not too many people showed up. The one person that did walk past the gate, we don't know what happened to her. I watched the video. I would play it for you guys, but there is sound, and I don't have permission. It did cut out. It did show her walking. The police did nothing. That's lame by itself. Was she the same woman that threatened to storm the gate? And there was this high buzzing frequency. Like maybe that was just their newer alarm system going off. So somewhere in the facility she gets picked up. And good luck for her because she may not get seen again. And that's her fault. It really is. That's her fault. As sad as that is to say, when you break the law like that, it's your fault. So, to show up in, not a lot of people showing up dressed in costumes at the gate, I don't think that that's, I don't know. That's just weird. Some people showed up as cone heads. I mean, that's kind of funny to show up as a cone head. Like 2 people showed up as cone heads. If you're familiar with cone heads, that's from way back from when Dan Aykroyd was on Saturday Night Live. And he was the main cone head. They were aliens, but they assortedly looked human, except for their heads were shaped like cones, and they had no hair on their craniums. So yeah. So that, that was the only kind of funny part, was people showing up with the cone head, and the people showing up as furries. That's creepy. The dude dressed as Naruto stayed in Rachel. He stayed at the campsite just chilling with people. It wasn't the same guy that went to Vegas to do his thing. I think that guy was just a blatant jerk, stealing from the lady in Rachel, because he stole over $5,000 for her. Now that's horrible. His ass should have been arrested for theft. His ass should have been arrested for theft. Oh, and I'm sorry for the glare of my glasses. If I look beyond, I'm looking through my bifocals. Yes, they're bifocals, just that visible line. But, yeah. Coming up here soon will be, me finishing those pants, the shirt that goes with it, because I have to get that done. I have some fabric to get washed, and then I have to go rewatch the video from Crochet Me2. I guess I must have missed something with her video. Hold on a minute. Let me go watch that. Okay, now that I'm back, and I know this now, I watched the video. She does a crochet show and tell, but she does beautiful crochet and knit. You've seen my crochet and knit. You've seen my knit and crochet that I've done for, let's say, like the Easter collaboration I did with her. Which we both made a stuffed rabbit. Now, mine was sent to someone that was going to have a gastric bypass done, and she did eventually receive her package, and I was glad. Now I'm just hoping she's okay, because I haven't seen her on YouTube lately, so I really hope Queen of Crazies is okay, because I've contacted her via Instagram and I haven't heard any words, so I'm really hoping that you're okay, sweetie. Because having that gastric bypass sleeve even put on your stomach, sometimes those don't agree with your body, and you really have to be careful with, like surgical procedures, and something goes on with your body, and sometimes it rejects it totally. So we have to be very careful with things like this that go into the body and really think about each other and not be negative. Um, be positive towards each other because life is, too short to be negative. We need to be positive towards each other. So I'm glad to be able to do this collaboration, 2 collaborations in 1 year with Juliet, Crochet and Me2. Um, I'm so excited. I'll leave another link for her. She is so cool. Oh my gosh. She's working on the spider fiber blanket. Excuse me. I haven't yet crocheted a blanket. I've crocheted adult size clothing, baby size clothing, kids clothing. I've knit that. I've made hats, scarves. I do know how to make slippers, mittens. I haven't yet made the finger gloves. I will work on that someday. Maybe I'll make the knuckle ones. Who knows? But I do know that Michael's Crafting has a yarn sale going on. I don't know if the Hobby Lobby has one going on. If they do, they'll probably match or beat Michael's Crafting for that. I don't know. They're pretty persistent in that. I've been a Hobby Lobby person lately. This is true. And then before winter, I'm actually wanting more fabric. That way, if it gets snowed in, have something to do. And I know this house is solar generated. So, should the power go out, there's not really any houses on this block that are solar generated. I should say on this road that are solar generated. And it's not that bad. So I was actually thinking, all right, well, if the power should go out during the winter, how the heck am I going to sew? Well, I have my hands. I have my hands. I don't necessarily need a machine to be able to sew. Can I do my internet? Well, I could get an adapter for my solar, my charger piece, which I could charge somewhere else, or get a solar charger before any bad weather actually hits. Sitting in here in the office, if you ever notice, I'll turn my face a certain way, and there's like no deep shadow right there, but I turn my face this way, and it's like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. So, almost 8 o'clock. I should probably go make me some coffee. I'm not going to say because. What is with our English language lately? Let's not break down our English language. We need to be speaking more of a prevalent presence. If I'm going to say this, if we are going to be more of an influencer for the younger generations, let's please do speak in a more prevalent presence, because we're influencing our younger generation. Saying cuz instead of because, that, no. Let's not. I mean, look at the millennials that showed up at Groom Lake. That's not a very good influence. And that's basically what showed up at the gate, was a bunch of millennials. Do we need that? No. No. It was stupid con. A stupid fest. And the cops there basically had to laugh at him. But like I said, I will leave the new link for Explore with Us. Sorry guys, I need my coffee. I really do. Now I'm sounding like Andy Rainey. I need my coffee. But like I said, this whole, and they call it Storm Area 51. I can't tell you where it really is. It's Groom Lake. Okay, that place is just, it's Groom Lake. And the person that took the video, they cut out at some point. So they don't show you the whole video of what happened to the old lady. They probably made him cut it off. I'm not too sure about that. I can't find too much on it. Let's see, the crowd of only about 20 people over accumulated at once. Days reports through the day. Reports estimated 200 people showed up. 200 people? Are you kidding me? Like, really? That's it? Just 200 people? Please. And by the way, showing up at a place like that, let's get sniped. You know, sniped. They will do it. They have signs there for a reason. It's not a joke. Let's see, 200 people showed up to see the potential aliens, but only one woman actually crossed the border. Everyone else seemed to be content to be at the once-in-a-lifetime event. Okay, but like one person, I'm trying to get like the sun off the camera. We'll scooch over here and do this. Okay. Still trying. Not lying, still trying. Here we go. Sort of. Okay. So, seriously, alien stuff happened. Apparently some people, this is just what I've read here. Seems like authorities cut out the internet at the gate. Well, how do you know they cut it out? There was this high-pitched sound. You were at a military base that you weren't supposed to be at, and I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say that. You were at the gate of a military base. Yeah. So what do you expect? They have the right to do what they need to protect not only the citizens of America, but that base, because that's federal jurisdiction. So for anybody to say otherwise, that's crossing the line. And BLM, let me clarify BLM. What is a BLM? For land. BLM is actually government land. So I want to clarify this. Not a lot of people are very clear on what BLM is. BLM is actually government land. You may be able to go on it, but unless you see signs that says it's prohibited, it's government land. Do you know why there's forest rangers in a forest? Because that's government land. The government's actually taken over more land than you are actually aware of. If it's marked as BLM and you say it's in the yellow or the green, it's actually government land. I just want to clarify this for you. Don't think, oh, just because it's BLM and it's free that you can just do whatever. That's not actually the truth. That's government property. They have the right to extend their border outside of a military base. It doesn't mean that you can just walk up on a base and do whatever you please. They're protecting their jurisdiction. And I want to make that clear. You cannot just walk up from BLM land and think that it's okay. They will let you camp as long as you have a permit, but you do have to have a permit. Has anybody mentioned that you have to have a permit? No. Please do your research. Anybody knows that for BLM land, you have to have a permit to camp on the BLM land. I know this. You should know this. If you want to be camping on BLM land, you need a permit to camp on any BLM land. Doesn't matter if it's across the street from Rachel, you still need a permit, and you're paying for that permit. So just to clarify this, you have to have a permit to camp on BLM land. And why? Because it's owned by the United States government. Just want to let you know, especially if it's within a perimeter distance of any military base, you have to have permission to camp there. Otherwise, you are a risk to national security. And you don't want to be that. So with that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I will see you guys later.